telling me that I'm just gonna stand right there, or I'm gonna go right there, right now, and get shot too? Who thinks like that in a tragedy? If we just keep going out and keep trying to have these fights and not know who's with who, it's gonna be everybody's last day. You know, everybody is gonna have their last day, but why are we speeding it up? I know that in my generation, people not scared to fight, but they scared to lose. And especially in front of a crowd, they scared to get embarrassed. His M Worth a Game podcast interview, I can tell from what he was saying that he was talking about Quando, and I'll tell you exactly what he meant. What's up, y'all? So I just want to address things as they come. So if y'all don't know, King Von and NBA Youngboy have been going back and forth for maybe 2-3 months, and I've seen all of it. You know, I feel like first it's NBA Youngboy's energy and how he sometimes comes off as he's intimidated or gets intimidated by other rappers that's his age and doing their thing, because he really just be like, fuck these niggas, fuck these other rap niggas, da-da-da, whatever the case is. All that. I seen a live a while ago of King Von, and in this live video, King Von was listening to NBA Youngboy, and he was saying how, like, I wish he stopped talking about stuff like murder and he not like that, or whatever the case was. But I think it started from that, and it just progressed and progressed. King Von did a song with Jania, and Jania is NBA Youngboy's baby mother. So basically they just been subliminally going back and forth. The last chess piece that NBA Youngboy put out was he did a song with Asian Doll. She not saying nothing about that though. You know, that's the fake part about it. That's that fake love that I was telling y'all about in the last one. Yeah, she did a song with him and it didn't sound good. King Von gave his reaction to it. He said that, you know, they cool, whatever, but the song is weak. And I have to admit, you know, when two artists come together and it sounds like two separate songs, y'all should not do songs together. Period. And that's exactly what it sounded like. It sounded like chit chat, riff raff, zigzag, and then it sounded like NBA Youngboy came back like they left her for dead. Yeah. He was skating. I don't know what she was doing, but that's just the new Asian Doll, I guess. So how does Quando fit into this equation, you ask? Well, Quando was cool with King Von months ago. Quando was and still is cool with NBA Youngboy, and he was cool with him months ago. But Quando chose. Now, throughout the subliminal dissing, you know what I'm saying? Quando was cool with King Von, but he abruptly one day unfollowed King Von and made it known that he is affiliated with 4K Trey. That's their little situation. That's NBA Youngboy's little situation with the green hearts and all of that. Slime and slat and everything. And basically Quando chose, you know, he chose to solely fuck with NBA Youngboy, and I feel like this about that. Sometimes when people haven't been shown love in their own hood, or they haven't been shown love in their childhood, etc., once they get a certain amount of love from a person, they go dumb for them. And that's exactly how Quando is. It's just like a hood hopper, you know? It's like that. It's like he's just like a hood hopper that's willing to move from place to place and beef with whoever he's affiliated with at that time is beefing with. You know, it's very pointless. In the video of him with King Von, he is saying, fuck 63rd, we not from 63rd. And then you go over there and say, fuck King Von. Like, it don't make sense. If you want to have loyalty towards somebody, have loyalty towards yourself, because it'll get you farther than this, you know. By this being the case, his actions of, he basically had his head in the passenger side and talking to the shooter. So I want to know what that conversation was about, and if this was a planned thing. You know what I'm saying? Was y'all in communication on the back end? Von people and your people? Did that happen? How did both of y'all come together that night? Because I know that it wasn't no coincidence by what the manager said and by what we saw. I just don't think that that was a coincidence at all. It's almost like it's you versus you, because he did have a decision that he made, you know. He made the decision to not talk to the people that he was with about what was going to happen, about what they possibly needed to bring with them, you know, because all of these shots rang out. I don't know if they went back to their cars and got guns or whatever, or if they even had any. Like, that's the crazy part, you know. You basically on vacation, because some of them, if not a lot of them, live in Chicago. You know, that's his people. So y'all already out of y'all element, and he made the decision that he wanted to make. It did cost other people their lives and intense recovery. So my thought process on it is this: if you want to go out and you want to be the aggressor in a situation, because I don't really think that Quando even expected him to want to fight. He probably wanted a conversation. Who knows? At least one party gotta want a conversation. So you can't come out as the aggressor and not be prepared. You know, I think that King Von thought less of Quando because he don't know how Quando grew up. You know, he don't know what Georgia life is aside from how he was living. So he was in the blind. King Von was in the blind with a lot of shit, and he was thinking off of anger. You know, this dude chose sides, and I know how angry that can make you feel. I know the feeling of being betrayed, but it's all in how you handle situations. A lot of people is taking clips from the $1 million worth of game thing and is saying that he predicted his own death, and I really don't think that's the case, you know. I do wish that he would have talked about it like he said, you know, but Lord knows what he had that night, you know, as far as alcohol, as far as drugs, as etc. And just thinking about the betrayal, just going over and brewing and steaming, he was upset. He was very angry and focused on one thing and one thing only, and did not think about losing his life. But that's the risk that you take if you step out there. You know, that's the risk that you take when you have the unwillingness to think of different ways. You know, in a moment of being pissed, think of different ways and how to handle the situation, because it can and it will be life or death. You know, think about it. Think about what another person can have instead of underestimating their power and what they can make other people do. Especially in a hometown or whatever the fuck, you know. Especially because Rondo is from Georgia, you know. So, in closing, I do wish that King Von would have handled this situation differently, but hopefully this shows and teaches people a lot as it taught me. Do I blame King Von's homies, his friends, the people that was with him that night? No, I do not. Do I wish people like Asian Doll and 600 Breezy shut up? Yes, I do. And I know y'all gonna say, well, 600 Breezy, 600. But he's dropping too many clues and hints, you know. Police is gonna be right at his door. Like, I don't know why he's doing all that. He talking about he going down to Louisiana. King Von got killed in Georgia. You going the wrong way, you know, at the end of the day. You going the wrong way. Please count your blessings and think of those around you. Think of your kids. Think of the people that love you and the people that you love. Think of the people that's around you and protecting them in every way. You know, just think about it. Before you choose to handle a situation in all of the wrong ways, protect your energy. Don't let anybody knock you off your pivot or make your focus